Hello, beautiful souls. How y'all doing? If you're new here, welcome. I'm Brainy, and this is Brainy Twin Gemini, where we talk about the law of attraction, manifesting your dreams into miracles, spiritual health, growth, and fitness, and divine love, twin flame, twin soul love, as it resonates for masculine and feminine energy. I'm going to be doing a message as it relates to masculine and feminine energy, knowing not everything is going to resonate. So just pack away what doesn't and keep what does. So as we get through this full moon energy, there's been a lot of endings, which is a gateway to new beginnings. And the cards always speak to the energy. I strictly just do the cards out of my own entertainment because it always resonates with the energy of the Twin Flame Collective. So these cards kind of speak to the energy, and it is like just letting go, moving on, like a pathway to a new beginning. And so I want to just kind of go over the masculine energy. If you're new, I do 4 cards. I usually just let them fall out, 4 being my birth number. So I'm going to get started with the energy. So ironically, this card's coming out, and I was saying this yesterday about the masculine, how they are like meditating and manifesting, just they're like stabilizing their energy, but most importantly their love for you. And they've come to the truth. They've stumbled across the truth quite some time ago about what this love in their heart is. They could never reconcile it with the love in their heart, but they've come to that truth. And when they're grounding, they're coming to these truths and ascending to greater heights. And ascension is higher consciousness, but it's, you know, it's more about self-awareness and just being aware, and just getting into a realm where you're just completely aware of yourself, basically. And most importantly, one of the things that the masculine is doing as they're grounding their energy and ascending, they're forgiving oneself. There's some things that they've also could not reconcile with, but they've made, this is a huge milestone for them, and they're forgiving oneself, because it's virtually impossible to forgive others unless you forgive oneself first. And they're forgiving themselves. They're forgiving themselves because they always, they wanted to tell you the truth all along about how they felt, but the ego was, they were kind of trapped in that ego saying like this, there's no way that, you know, the ego, there's no way that I can love this soul so quickly. And so that ego interference always comes in, and they always wanted to tell you the truth of how they felt. And they've forgiven themselves for, you know, some of the hurt. They know that they may have hurt you, but they didn't do it purposefully. They never do. It's as I always say in this journey, when you come together, the love is so fierce and so overwhelming that you would erupt from the inside out. So inevitably, one twin will leave. And usually it's because they're not ready to face up to their true, authentic self. When they were in your company, they were. Outside of your company, there's too many things funneling through them. And it's overwhelming. But nonetheless, they want to tell you the truth, what they've known all along in their heart. And they're just reconciling that now, because they're ending all karmic cycles that do not fulfill the soul. So this is just like walking away and letting it go, and like getting rid of these attachments, these karmic attachments. I feel like karma is very, very prevalent in the universe, and some beautiful souls are there. All of this good karma is coming into their life, but for some of the souls that fail to I want to say learn their lessons, or they just walk the pathway of, I don't like to use this word because it's very ego based, walk the path of just not being a nice person, they're going to be getting all of this karmic activity as well, but it's not good karma. They're going to finally pay for the karma in this lifetime of what some of the transgressions, the cheats, the lies, whatever. It's very, very powerful in the universe. And sometimes it is a irritation. And some people that walk wicked ways will never really ever figure out what these irritations are. But karma is very, very, very powerful in the universe right now. It has been for, I want to say, at least a week. So there are, the masculine, because this is such divine love and it's divinely guided and divinely orchestrated, I want to say source, our creator, universe, God, divine, however you resonate, it was basically coming in and I want to say energetically forcing the masculine to wake up and get out of these toxic cycles. And again, just letting it go. Attachment, like all of these, I want to say attachment to the false sense of reality. That's the ascension. So when you ascend, you just naturally let go of things that don't serve you. The toxic, I want to say the toxic ego. Ego is there. That's the thing. Like, there's so many things out there, the death of an ego. Yes, there is the ego of toxicity and of like fear, doubt, worry, anxiety, stress that keeps you bound. But there's also the ego is also there to serve and protect you as well. So, you don't go into situations. So there is an element of ego that you have to have, but not the I want to say, the noise. So they're letting go of that. What binds both of you on this journey is that ego. They're seeing the signs and synchronicities like crazy. They all remind me of you. So everywhere they go, they're seeing these signs and syncs, and it's reminding them of their divine feminine. Do not lose faith in our love. And when I looked at you, when I looked into your eyes, there was instant soul recognition. So I always say eyes are the gateway to the soul. And when you look into somebody's eyes, like when it's so hard to articulate, but when I looked into my twins' eyes for the very first time, I could see the soul. That's where I write these cards from. I could see, and I could also sense the trauma, and I could feel everything. Like I could just see the soul. You'd understand if you know if this is truly your journey. The truth, cornucopia, number 11. This card to me represents twin flame, twin connection, and as I said about this truth, they've come to the truth of twin flames. Many people ask me about my twin and if he would say some things, and because he went to a toxic karmic partnership when we were in physical separation. He really does not feel comfortable sharing his, like I tried to get some information from him last night, like what made you go there? And his explanation was, it's over, it's done, it was toxic, I didn't want to speak of it, so I know some of you are curious, like, as to why that happened. The only explanation I can give is there were still lessons that needed to be learned at that time, and I was telling him about this dream that I kept having when we were together. And then we went into our physical distance separation stage, and I was a very, very strong, I still am a very strong swimmer. And my mother has gone to the other side, God love her soul. And I kept having this dream about this water, and we were driving, and there was these waves, and like there was a pier, and the water like was really, really, I want to say it was the wave, it was just unsettled, let's put it this way. It wasn't calm waters. And my mother kept saying, don't go in the water, don't go in the water. And she kept saying to me at the time, you're not second best. And I wake up and go, why is she saying this? Well, I later came to realize that she was telling me that I'm not second best. And that was in terms of when my beloved went to the karmic, my mother was trying to warn me that I am first. If that makes any sense. So They know the truth. And I said, how did you come to all of this? Like, you know, and he's like, I just could not get you out of my heart and my head. Like, no matter what, you were always on my mind. No, I couldn't shake it. And he would question, like, why did this person come into my life? And then all the answers came about, you know, twin flames, and he resonated with it all. So, unfortunately, he will not. I get little dribs and drabs from him about his journey when we were in separation, but he was absolutely awakening, ascending, and getting to I want to say the higher realms, the fifth dimension, exposed and revealed. This resonates with the truth. They want to so desperately come to you with the truth. They're cleaning up some of this karmic garbage, and when they do, you know, when they do clear up the karmic garbage, it opens up the doorway to healing and happiness. You know, the one thing that we have to do sometimes on this journey is learn to be patient and respect each other and what is going on in the third dimensional world. In the fifth dimensional world, your souls are beautifully aligned. You're guiding each other to each other. Sometimes you can't visibly see it, but you know, like, this energy is just beautiful. After these abrupt endings, there has to be some healing that occurs. I feel like when you come together in the third dimensional world, when you come back into physical harmony, there's still healing that needs to be done. Healing is a lifelong thing, and sometimes because you're so interconnected with your energy, there could be these intense triggers between each other, even when you're physically together. And it's resurrecting these wounds and this trauma. You got to learn how to heal each other. And the masculine is on the road to happiness, recovery, and healing. And it's absolutely beautiful. If you're new, I believe in, obviously, signs and synchronicities. I believe they're not a coincidence. They come in the most divine time when you need to see and hear them the most. As you awaken, you're aware of these signs and synchronicities. Sometimes they come and haunt you. I like, for me, I would be like, stop. I just couldn't take it anymore. Like, it was too much, you know, and especially when you're not looking for them. I wasn't looking for, I never look for things. But, you know, I believe in nature messengers and just anything, license plates, music, numbers, you know, all sorts of things. They come at the most perfect time. And why is that? It's to help you restore your faith. When sometimes you feel like giving up, that divine message comes to you to restore the faith. Tend to the small things. And that's number 40, and that's exactly it. The masculine is tending to to the small things. And that's himself, grounding the energy. One of the most important things is don't lose faith in our love. There's going to be some sign and synchronicity coming to you as well, divine feminine. It's going to be so profound. It's going to shock you. And the last two messages I have are for you, beautiful souls. You, my beloved, are like a ray of golden sunshine. I breathe in your love, and all my concerns melt away, and all that is left is pure joy. Thank you, my beloved soulmate. I want to say twin soul there. And that's exactly it. As they ground, they come to deeper and deeper truths as they ascend, and it's beautiful. Love is the expression of God, Goddess, flowing through you. Love is a sacred union, a great creative power, which, through the merging of two souls, becomes an exploration of the divine. And that is true. It is a sacred union. And I love it all so very much. I just wanted to point out, these are new. Before I do the feminine energy, here they are here. These are cards that I want to say articulated and sent out for production. So if you're interested in buying one of these decks, I'll put the information in the description box. And if you're interested in making your own, I can give you a code so you can get 5% off your first order. Okay, so that's that. And what do we have for feminine? Beautiful, beautiful feminine energy. So I know that you may have been feeling a little off over the full moon energy, restlessness, I want to say sleeplessness, and just this, I want to just say anxiety in general, because this is a very daunting journey. But what it is it's a journey to oneself, and the destination is self-love. There is no other destination than that, first and foremost. And then once you get into that pure self-love and that bliss, I want to say enlightenment. Enlightenment is a very difficult place to get to, but once you get there, then that's when the magic and the blessings and miracles occur. So what you're doing is you're balancing your energy, which is beautiful. You're grounding it. You're grounding and balancing your energy, which is really, really, truly helping you stabilize the energy between both of you, because you're so energetically aligned, and you transfer energy back and forth. And sometimes it can get into, like, I want to say, a cycle where it's just a cyclone. And you just keep mirroring energy transference can become very toxic between the two of you. So this Kundalini activation card comes out, and what does that mean? Kundalini, however you pronounce it, potato, tomato, tomato. I know some people want to correct my grammar once in a while. I don't know. But anyways, you have been meditating and clearing the chakras, and you activate these chakras and this clearing and this just pure bliss and knowledge of the Kundalini, and how effective stabilizing that energy and clearing out when your chakras are blocked. It creates certain things like anxiety, depression, stress, insomnia, all sorts of crazy things. And I have a beautiful chakra series. Just listen to it, meditate to them. Even I used to do it I still do it, but when I was in physical separation, I used to do it for 3 times a day for 10 minutes each. For it to be the most effective, you should listen to it before you fall asleep. Leave it on, it'll turn off. And just clear. But you're coming to this wisdom and this knowledge, and you're working very hard, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And so you're doing wonderfully. It's a sacred union. This is a sacred union. I love the message, because the message before was God is together. We are a sacred union. This card comes out. There's no coincidences here. It is a sacred union. You've been navigating your whole life looking for that other half of your soul. When I was in your physical presence, I was my true authentic self, and that's exactly it. When you're in each other's presence in the physical, you are your true authentic self. That's because Source or Creator, God, Divine, Universe wants you to see each other as your true authentic self. It's not sustainable, because there's healing and work that needs to be done. But when you're together, originally you are your true authentic selves. That's how you're of the same essence, the soul. How could you not? It's beautiful. Exactly this. I feel like I know we are twin flames, but I am confused by it all. It is a roller coaster ride. So you feel like you have some clarity, and then that confusion sets back in. It is a roller coaster ride of emotions. You feel like you're sailing free, all is good, and then this confusion sets in. The ego wants to win. You twins are, I want to say, disciples of unconditional love and high vibration, and meant to be spread around the world. In a low vibrational, I want to say, egoic based world. So naturally the ego wants to win. I'll let you figure out what the ego is. You too are removing toxic people in your life, and you want the masculine to know that. So you're shaking each other up, you're rattling each other. It's time to get, all of that toxicity out, and time to heal. But through it all, sometimes you feel unworthy of our love. And that sometimes resonates with the confusion. And sometimes when you go into physical separation, it's not nice. Sometimes it's very abrupt, with no word at all. And it's natural to migrate to the sense of unworthiness. You're worthy, you're beautiful, you're worthy of absolutely everything, but most of all yourself, and I love it. These two things here I have the world, and I resonate this with removing toxic people from my life in the 3D world. If you surround yourself with 3D low vibration and drama, then your gifts will dwindle, and that is your sense of amplified intuition. And I want to just say, and that's your GPS on this journey. And if you keep staying in this drama, like your third eye will close, and your intuition may lead you in I want to say, in the wrong way. So it's very important to get rid of this toxicity in the 3D world. You are definitely, like, I feel like this full moon energy, I don't follow the full moons at all. I just know because I can't sleep. I believe it was on July the 3rd. So you still get the residue a few days after that energy. And most importantly, the masculine views you as a goddess, but you are a goddess. And this moon is making you see you for who you are. Even though there's this sense of unworthiness, you are a goddess, a princess, and a queen. And you shall be treated as such. Stand in your power. Don't be powerless. Sometimes we give too much power to others. That's because you're a beautiful, kind, loving, forgiving, nurturing soul. And some people in the 3D world want to take advantage of your beautiful, empathic ways. So stand in your power and be the goddess that you are. I want to say the caring connection. I resonate this with just you and your masculine, and it is the most caring and beautiful connection. But also there's someone in your aura, like in your orbit, that is a very supportive and very caring towards some of the turbulence that you've been going through. Lean on this person. They actually are, supportive of your reunion, physical reunion. And believe it or not, this person that you trust is manifesting this for you. How beautiful is that? A woman holding a coin. For many of you feminine energies, why is this unworthy and then coin coming up in the same message? Because sometimes we value our worth by a piece of paper with a symbol on it, which is money, when the worth comes within ourselves. And your worth is priceless. It's worth trillions, gabillions of dollars. You just have to see it. And many of the feminine are very, I want to say, you're financially stable, you're independent, you're just amazing. And sometimes that can intimidate a masculine, because they're like, what do they see in me? Like, they're so successful, what do they see in me? Like, how is this even, sometimes that success intimidates. But you feminine are like, I don't even care, like, what, and that's exactly it, because you yearn for each other, to be with each other. So the monetary stuff means nothing, especially to you, feminine energy. So that kind of, like, divine matrix. I resonate this card with divine matrix. One of two things. I always say sometimes you get caught in a matrix, and that's the matrix of I want to say false prophecy. I don't know why that's coming out, and just sheer shenanigans. There's a lot of toxicity out there too, and verbal diarrhea that come out of people's mouths, and they're doing it strictly for their own bank account and their ego, and not truly helping the people on the path of unconditional love, and to keep unconditional love in their hearts and restore it in others and bring it to others. So don't get caught in that, one thing I and I do I feel like God brings it to me at the most opportune time. Anybody that's out there bashing people, souls, you know, like just, that's not a loving pathway. It is not. We're all souls, and bashing someone and just abusing is not the pathway of unconditional love. And I feel like some of you are just listening to this garbage. Lastly, ears wide open. So that just kind of resonates with what I just said, basically. But you know the pathway. The pathway is love and unconditional love and forgiveness. So keep your ears and eyes open, because sometimes you get caught in this divine matrix. You know in your heart of hearts what the pathway is. So follow that voice of the heart and not the diarrhea of the mind. So that's what I have for you, beautiful souls, today. And here's your messages for your masculine. You are always in my heart like a glowing ocean light, a shimmering star in heaven. Love is a golden memory, drifting through space like autumn leaves, recollections of loving days and nights. And in order to cope with separation from a loved one, we need to realize that spiritually, we are always connected to those we love. Neither distance nor time can separate, which is united by love. And that's exactly it. There's a physical element to the separation. Like we live in the physical, you know, our soul inhabits our temple, and we navigate our journeys on this earth, on the world. And what more would you rather? You would always want to physically be with that beautiful, beautiful soul, but in that temple as well. But just realize that you're always together. And if you keep that faith in your heart, then the destination will be beautiful. So that's what I have for you, beautiful souls, today. Again, if you have any interest in these, let me know. I didn't print that many of them. I just wanted to get a feel for them. I'm going to probably do a few more. Let me know. Just put a comment in there. And yeah, if any of this video resonated with you, kindly just hit the like. If you know, the subscribe if you're not already a subscriber for more videos like this, and comment. Love to hear your comments. Have a beautiful day, folks.